Hi class, it's me, Jen. I am so excited to finally be able to put faces to names and to be able to hear what everyone has to say as this week goes. I did want to start out this video stating that it is day 23 of social distancing in my house. As you can probably tell by all these crazy gray hairs, it's been quite the wild ride. So last night I was laying in bed and I was pondering this video. I've taken so many different attempts over the weeks, and I was trying to think of it in reference to the pandemic, and it really weighed on me how much human nature is just the same across the board. It doesn't matter if we're in Vermont or if we're in a different part of the country or a whole different country. Human nature at the base is about love and happiness and security, and it doesn't care about these individual lines that we've drawn between ourselves. They're just make believe. And I swear this all makes sense to what I'm talking about. My main plan for my video was to discuss the topic I did for my midterm paper, which was the transgender community within India, specifically the Hijra community. Now, this is a massive topic, and there's no way I could discuss the entire thing in a 7-minute video. So I thought we would kind of glaze over it quickly and mostly discuss modern day transgender in India. So by definition, Hijra are eunuchs or intersexed. So they're either born intersexed or they choose to become eunuchs. They do wear saris and wear makeup and they use feminine pronouns. And they were believed to have the power to bless or to curse. Their job was to go to weddings and to perform dances and songs that would bless the new couple with prosperity and fertility. Same thing with new births. Now, post-British colonization, things have been a little bit different. India deemed them illegal, so there were laws against them. They were denied education, denied housing, denied jobs, often denied their own families. Their families would just kick them to the curb, throw them out just like trash. The police would do nothing to protect them when they were beaten or raped by people. The police themselves would beat or rape them. Police were also very well known, and I say were, but I still are known to pick them up and arrest them and bribe them. So if you don't give me money, I'll tell your family what you are and who you are. There's been very little help from the government, and by very little I mean none. No help from the government. They, because of this, have been forced to take jobs as sex workers or as beggars. I also had heard some interviews of Hijra who decided to be dancers in nightclubs and in bars because they felt that was a little more respectable than being a sex worker or a beggar. Now, the term begging, I don't think totally applies because what we think of as beggars, or I guess what I would think of as a beggar, would be the homeless man you see sitting against a building with a sign, or someone standing at an intersection. The Hidra's versions of begging are a lot more aggressive. They will get in your face. They will do this flat-handed, very loud clap. Oftentimes to men, they will accuse men of wanting to see their genitals. They'll flash their lack of genitals. Or Hijra now aren't all eunuchs or all intersexed. A lot of them are transgendered, male to female. So I had done some research as to why the hand clap was happening. Was it a way to curse people? Was it just to be obnoxious? And I kind of found a mixed review. They do this really loud hand clap as a way to aggravate you. So you'll give them money so that way they'll go away. But it also feels abrupt and it feels scary. So it almost feels like you're being cursed. And you wouldn't want to be cursed with bad luck. So you'll give them money to go away and to not be cursed. They're also now known to show up at weddings uninvited and demand payment for their blessing. And because this belief that they have the ability to bless and to curse is so ingrained in their culture, they're most often still paid, even though they weren't hired to come in. Now, I know this makes the Hijra sound like they're awful, terrible people that you wouldn't want to have around. But one of the most amazing things I had heard in all the interviews that I've watched over the past couple of months about the Hijra was they act this way because they have to act this way. They are not given respect. They are not given attention, or they feel as though they're not seen. So they have to behave in this manner to survive. It's a survival mechanism, which just blew me away. Now, happy news, in 2014, laws began to change in India. You can now identify as a third gender. When you get a passport, you can be E for eunuch instead of having to be male or female. In order to vote, however, you still have to choose male or female. But change is coming, change is happening. There's a Hijra mayor in one of the areas, and that Hijra is making sure that there's opportunity for other Hijra to have jobs and have education and have housing. The changes are slow, but the changes are coming, and it filters down to the same human needs that we all have. One of the neatest parts of my research was watching an Indian talk show. I would tell you the name, but pronouncing things is really difficult. And if I knew how to put a slide in, that'd make this easier too. But this man did an entire episode on the LGBTQ plus community within India, including gay and transgender and Hijra. And really what I noticed it boiled down to was the people who came out to their families, that had families that loved them and supported them, even though maybe they didn't understand what was going on, or maybe they didn't fully believe it or agree with it, they still supported their loved one. Those people turned out and came out of the fire so much better than those whose families just threw them away with the trash. So I guess basically the entire point of my video is to be kind and to love and to show respect so people don't have to behave in unsavory ways. I also wanted to end my video with just a quick little snippet about our personal lives dealing with COVID-19. Please check in on your loved ones, check in on the friends you haven't talked to in a while. Mental health and addiction is really difficult at this time. And I'm nervous we will see a high level of relapses, a high level of suicide or self-harm. So please check in on those that you love. And on that serious note, I am so excited to see all your videos. Hopefully you all did much better than I did. I'm going outside to play. Bye.